Hey explorers! I wanted to make a quick video to talk really briefly about some of the core values of Free Forest School. We mostly discuss this in our welcome talk, and a lot of times we don't have new members, so it doesn't really get expressed as much as maybe it could to really let you know what you're walking into when you come to Free Forest School. So I'm Catherine, I'm the director, and I facilitate the Tuesday meetup in Grand Blanc. And I just wanted to kind of go over kind of the premise of our welcome talk when you come to Free Forest School. One of the core tenets of Forest School is that it is about it being child-led, and that's really the main thing here, is that we want Forest School to be completely child-led and as low intervention on the caregiver's end as much as possible. So, for example, we let the kiddos lead the way when we're walking to base camp. We let them decide how long they want to play in a certain area, and if they are kind of gravitating toward a certain log or slug or whatever, we don't try and pull them away with the goal being base camp. It's not, about the hike and then the base camp. It's about the whole experience. We're not really just trying to get them to point A to point B. We're trying to get them to notice everything along the way and really let them engage where they're naturally drawn. So we definitely let them kind of take charge in this setting. And if they're not drawn to playing with another child, or they, discover that they really made a really great friend in this other child, all of that is okay. If they don't want to stop to listen to the story at circle time, that's okay. We don't want to pull them away from what they're doing. It's all about engaging their curiosity and really fostering that in this environment. And, it's also okay if they don't want to eat a snack with everyone else, or if they want to eat it sooner. We really like to kind of take the rules out of the setting as much as possible so that it's just about the free play. It's not structured play. This isn't a play date, really. It's not about getting kids together in the park. It's just about letting them focus in on what they're naturally drawn to for as long or for as short as they're drawn to that. So another thing is that it gives us as caregivers, parents, adults, grandparents, whoever's bringing the kids, this kind of rare opportunity to really step back and have this really low intervention time. What I mean by this is that we don't necessarily even involve ourselves in when children have squabbles with each other or when they have disagreements. Ultimately, you are in charge of your own child and the child that you've brought. Their safety is ultimately your concern, and so you have to decide when it's appropriate to step in. And for some people, this may be sooner than it might be for others, and that's all okay. You know your child best, and you know your own limitations best as a caregiver. So, that said, we really like to encourage caregivers to take this time to really just let the child be in charge for this. This might be the only time in their week where this is where they get to do that. And so we don't need to use this time to expect them to fit into this like social expectation where everybody gets along great and everybody shares. That doesn't really need to be part of Free Forest School. Of course we want to be considerate of everybody there and make sure everybody is being safe. But, if they have an argument between each other, if possible, it's a good time to let them work out their own social boundaries with each other and sort of develop those cues within themselves without us telling them, now you say sorry, or now you say please, or, whatever. And yes, it also gives us a chance to not worry so much about, like at playgrounds, are they going up the slide when someone's trying to come down? This is a setting where they get to know their own boundaries. And that's part of what I love about Free Forest School. They get to know, if I don't like when this is happening to me, and so I'll go the other way. Or, this tree looks risky, I want to try this. And so as parents and caregivers, sometimes we're like, that seems really risky to me. But within reason, we want to let them try these healthy, risk-taking behaviors. They learn their own boundaries this way, and they're able to explore their own capabilities. And because we go back to the same site week to week, they get to build upon those challenges. They have the opportunity to come back to the same tree and try climbing it again, and maybe they get a little higher than the week before. Same thing the following week. And in turn, this builds confidence, and this builds trusting their own limitations rather than us as caregivers telling them what we expect they can or can't do. If we just take that time to really step back, we learn a lot of different things, and they learn that they are able to trust themselves rather than depending on us as caregivers telling them when or what they should be doing. So, we certainly avoid as much as possible stepping in to deter them from a perceived negative behavior. If something's going on that's not safe, like somebody's hitting someone else with a stick, for example, or something, we might decide to step in and protect that other child and, maybe redirect our own child or whatever. But in other instances where maybe they're just playing in a way that, you feel is irritating or something, it's a good time to practice just letting them sort that out for themselves. You'll find at Free Forest School, we're certainly not going to reprove other people's children, and we're not going to, step on toes as much as possible. This is a free setting for parents, caregivers, and kids, so it makes it a lot of fun. It's up to parents if they want to be involved in the play. We usually tell them at the welcome talk to maybe wait to be invited to play, and if the child says, hey, come help me do the scavenger hunt or something, then by all means. Otherwise, we try to not engage too much. Like on the trail when we're walking, we kind of, as grown-ups, tone down our speaking a little bit and keep the chatter at a minimum to let them set the tone. Are they excitable today? Are they adventurous today? Are they quieter and more reflective today? All of those things have potential to offer learning for them. And so we just like to offer this space of safety, but freedom that goes in balance and hand in hand. And as grown-ups, I find that we kind of just take a step back and use this time to take our deep breaths and enjoy being with other grown-ups, and enjoy watching them develop and play. And yeah, I'm really enjoying having our Tuesdays and getting to know all of you all the time even better every week, and getting to know your kiddos. That's been a lot of fun, especially having my own daughter kind of, remember each child or asking about them during the week, and it's fun to see those friendships develop. So I look forward to seeing you guys on Tuesdays, and hopefully I'll meet some new of you if you haven't had a chance to come out yet. And I am going to link in the comments below some FAQs about the group. If you haven't had the chance to read them, please read them. They are so informative, and they really help with the philosophy and understanding that. They really help with getting to know what you should or shouldn't bring or what to expect, that sort of thing. So really hope this video has been helpful, especially if you haven't had a chance to make it to the welcome talk before. And yeah, have a good afternoon, everybody.